It was a quiet, overcast morning when the Tran family decided to take a walk along the misty banks of the Mekong River in southern Vietnam. The air was still, the breeze gentle, and the only sounds were the rustling leaves and distant chirps of birds. But what they discovered that day would change their lives forever. As they strolled along the water's edge, their youngest son, Min, stopped abruptly. He had spotted something lying motionless in the tall grass near the riverbank. At first, they thought it was a large lizard or some injured animal, but as they approached, their eyes widened in disbelief. It was a small, dragon-like creature, no longer than a dog, its scales a faded, dusty green, its wings tucked tightly against its frail body. It barely breathed. The poor creature looked starved, weak, and utterly exhausted. Its golden eyes flickered faintly as Min gently reached out a hand. The family stood stunned for a moment. It was not every day one stumbled upon what looked like a mythical being, and yet, there it was, helpless and alone. Without hesitation, Mr. Tran wrapped the creature in his jacket. "It's dying," he said quietly. "We need to take it home." They carried the little dragon, whom they later named Linh, meaning spirit, back to their home. It was clear that Linh had not eaten for days. They prepared a small bed near the fireplace, offered warm broth, and watched anxiously through the night. To their amazement, Linh began to regain strength. Within a few days, it could lift its head, then slowly began to crawl. The children were especially taken with him. Min would read stories to Linh, while his sister, Hoa, sang lullabies and gently stroked his scaly head. He responded with quiet purring and soft, glowing eyes. Over the weeks, Linh transformed. His once dull scales now shimmered faintly in the sunlight, and his wings slowly stretched again. He began exploring the garden, chasing butterflies and sunbathing under the mango trees. He never once tried to leave. The family never questioned how or why Linh had come into their lives. They only knew that he had, and that they had been chosen in some strange, beautiful way to care for him. He became a quiet guardian of the household. At night, he would perch near the window, watching the moon with his glowing eyes. The children swore he could understand every word they spoke. And perhaps, in some mysterious way, he could. Months passed, but Linh never left. He was no longer just a rescued creature. He was family. Though they never shared their story widely, those close to the Tran family noticed something magical in their home. There was a quiet warmth, a sense of peace, and a presence, as if something ancient and kind had taken up residence among them. The Tran family didn't need to explain. They knew what they had done. They had offered kindness without question, and in return, they had received something rare, a bond with a creature from legend, brought to life by compassion.